Welcome back to Get Ready with Juanita. If you would like to see how I got this look, please keep watching. Hi guys, I've already applied my face prep, so my moisturizer, serum, and I also use the Rare Beauty blurring primer today. And I'm going to be using my Fenty foundation. And all of my products, including the shades, are listed below. I'm a light medium in my skin tone, so you might be a match for me. So, and I find this is definitely a good color for me to wear. But the Fenty foundation is really gorgeous, very light and natural, but also it's it makes your skin look better. It's skin perfecting, but what's perfect? Nothing's perfect. So there we go. But this is a really beautiful foundation. And I'm going to start to give it some love. There we go. Just blending it in nicely into the skin with my brush. There we go. All right. And the next product I'm going to use is my Tower 28 Serum Concealer. So one of the things that I'm going to do is just, well, I do like to wear a color corrector, but I just sort of want to see, like, just for my everyday wear, is it really necessary, like, putting on my color corrector? So I'm sort of just doing a little bit of an experiment where I'm going to, it's not a true experiment, but I just want to see sort of the difference between with and without it, and if I can notice much of a difference. And if it's not much of a difference, then I may just use a serum concealer for my daytime wear looks. Now, to be open and transparent, guys, like sometimes I'm not well, and I had mentioned that before in previous videos. So sometimes I might go without shooting videos for days, and you guys might not notice because I try to get ahead with my shooting my videos. So that's one of the things. But another thing too is sometimes, like, I'm having a bad day, but by the end of the day, I start feeling a little bit better, and I might feel up to shooting a video because it sort of perks me up a bit when I can shoot my videos. It makes me feel better. And so sometimes you might notice that the light is very different, and that's because I'm shooting it, close to sunset or after supper sometime. And I'll still say, everybody have a good day, but that's because I usually upload my videos in the mornings, and I like to wish everybody a good day. Why not? It's just sending out some good vibes, and I like good vibes. And there we go. So I'm liking my base so far. It looks very pretty. This is such a pretty foundation, though. It's so natural looking. Fenty is a beautiful brand. So the next thing I'm going to do is go in with my cream products, and I'm going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. And this is a beautiful product. I have been giving it some love, as you can see. But I want it, like, now that my Rare Beauty has sort of been used up well, I'm going to start trying to use this one up a bit and give it some love, because I do have my Dior one as well. And I love my Dior one. I love them all, though. Like, I really do love this one as well because out of the three, I find this the most neutral. And so it's such a pretty neutral. It's like not a contour, but it's not a bronzer. It's very neutral in between. And I like that. I can do that. And the next thing I'm going to do is my blush. And I'm just going to use my Rare Beauty. And I'm going to go in with the Illuminizer first because I'm still trying to figure out how to, use this because it is a pretty product. So let me just blend some of this out. And it's so pretty. It's a highlighter. It's an illuminator. And so let's see now. I'm going to put it on the high point of my cheek there and just up there. And then I'm just going to do the other side. Just add some. It's so pretty and it's got a nice natural glow. And that's what I like about it. It's, so... and then I'm going to go in with the blush. I'm just going to use this blush here. And I'll list all of the names and from all the products just down below. And I'm just going to add some dots here. So if you got a big Rare Beauty blush, you just really need one dot. But I find with the smaller ones, you need 2 to 3 dots. And I love blush, guys. I'm a blush blind galley. That's so pretty. And so that looks good. I really like that. And I still can see that little bit of glow from the highlighter. And it's the type of glow that I like with my products. So I'm just going to let that dry down. The next thing I'm going to do is, let's see, I'm going to use a setting powder. And I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier because this is just such a solid product. And I do really like using it. It's nice and blurring and it's not drying. So we'll just set what I got down. I don't have I have combination skin. Like if I didn't set my face, what I have noticed the days that I forgot to put on my powder, by the end of the day, I was really quite surprised to see some oil come out. So I truly do have combination skin. And, but it wasn't severely bad either, but it came out. It never broke apart my makeup or anything. So I have that combination skin type. And I find if I just set with some powders, by the end of the day, my makeup still looks pretty much the same, which is pretty cool. That's awesome. All right, guys. So what I'm going to do now is just go off camera and I'm going to do my eyebrows and I'll be right back. I'm back and I have my eyebrows done and I created this beautiful look today using my new Monk palette from Fantasy Cosmetica. And my first impression is, wow, what a beautiful palette. Loving this. And this is just my first sort of creative fun look. So I'm going to show you how I created this look on my other eye now. So the first shade I'm going to go in with is this beautiful top lighter yellow. And I'm going to use that as my transition color. And it's a really beautiful, vibrant yellow. I've used yellows before, and this is just going on so smooth and beautifully. Wow, it's such a beautiful, beautiful color. The next color I'm going to go in with is this color here. I'm just going to start deepening my look with this beautiful sort of grungy mustard yellow. We're going to darken the corner and start blending out. Blend, blend, blend. And I'm going to come under the eye. just gonna sort of bring that up to that corner. Lovely, I like that. Then I'm gonna go in with the NYX glitter glue. Boop, my NYX glitter glue. Just gonna use a little tiny amount. I guess maybe I only need the smallest amount because like my eyelids are not oily in any way. So if you have oilier eyelids, let me know. Like, do you guys have to use a lot more product like a glitter glue so that it sticks better, or is it the opposite? I'm really unsure. I'm just used to usually working on my eyes. But let me know. I'd be interested to learn. So then the first glimmer I'm going to go in with is this one here. And it is just gorgeous. I was one little tiny bit, and I'm just going to go ahead and pat this over my lid. And I was just so amazed by the color and the vibrancy of this. It is just gorgeous. That is pretty. And then I'm just going to use this bit of a lighter shade here, and I'm going to use this just in the corner right there. Perfect. I'm just going to wipe my fingers there, and then I'm going to go back in with the mustard color. Boop, boop. I'm just going to, again, go up here and darken this area a bit and bring it out. Perfect. Lovely. And now I'm going to go in and I'm going to create a wing with this beautiful brown down here. I'm going to use my Sephora eyeliner brush. I'm just going to use it and stamp it down by my eyelashes. I'm just going to bring this line out. Just to create a small wing. There we go. And then I'm going to go on top, just around halfway in or just before halfway. And I'm going to join that up to the outer wing there. Perfect. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 26 brush from Rephr. It's got a nice little pointy line, and I'm going to go on with this beautiful bright orange. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right in my crease. I'm going to bring it forward right down. And when I come out, I'm sort of going to join it to the top of that wing just to create an interesting design with my eyeshadow, because it is just so beautiful and I like that. So I'm not really blending this out. I'm going to keep this nice and sharp, and then I'm going to go up under and I'm going to give myself some orange underneath my wing as well, just to highlight that wing. It's so beautiful. Yeah, I like that. Now, I'll tell you, I've seen lots of eyeshadow designs like this. They usually use beautiful liquid, like paint for the eyelids, like their eyeshadows, and they make them so beautiful. But with my limitations, this is just a great way to achieve a similar look like that without having it so fine. And it's just giving some interesting detail to the look. It's just for fun. Boop. And I'm just going to just give my wings just a little bit more oomph there by going over it again. There we go. I like that. And I'm pretty pleased with that now. So I'm just going to go to my trusty e.l.f. contour palette. And this, again, is just such a versatile color for me. So I like putting it on my brow bone. And then I also like highlighting just the inside here because it's giving me some brightness right here. And brightness is a good thing at my age. So let's brighten that up a little bit. And I like that. That's really pretty. So this is softer, not so edgy. Sort of, I feel like it's a way for me to still be edgy but not so so what's the word I'm looking for? So fine with the detail. This is more of a subtle look. Actually, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to apply my powder products. So I'm just going to go in with my Pat McGrath Labs palette here, the cheek and blush palette. And I'm just going to use the bronzer, and I'm just going to do some powder bronzer just to give myself some of that color again. And I love this bronzer. It is so beautiful and soft and subtle, but it does its job. And then I'm gonna go in with a blush brush, and I'm just going to take some of the blush, which is just the most beautiful shade. I'm just gonna deepen it up just in the back there, just in the back, because it sort of gives my face a little bit more dimension just by deepening that up just in the back. And then I'll just go over that beautiful glow, and I'm going to take a little bit of and we'll just go over that. There we go. That's pretty. And now I'm going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury finishing powder. Boo, boo, boo. And we'll just go ahead and melt everything together. And that looks great. And then I'm going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. And I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to go ahead and get my mascara on. I'll just use my Charlotte Tilbury Exaggerize, and a product I've been really enjoying lately, and I'll be back in a minute. I'm back and I have my mascara on, and today for my lipstick, what I'm going to do is use my Pillow Talk 2 for a lip liner. So this is a palette by, I got to mention, because this is a palette by Fantasy Cosmetica, which is an independent brand. But here in Canada, there's a site called I Feel Beautiful, and they sell all types of independent brands. And this is my first purchase from them, and I've had really great experience. I mean, my products came in packaged really well. I didn't have to deal with any customs coming into the country by buying from them, but I had to pay for shipping. But I mean, the shipping that I'd have to pay for from like England or from the US or Australia or wherever the makeup's coming from, so there's always, a little bit of give and take there. I'm just going to keep coloring this in, but I really had to mention that my memory can be so skippy sometimes, and I really wanted to tell you guys that. So I'm just going to use this to sort of color in the lip a little bit and sort of fill it in a little bit. And then I'm going to go in with the shade Taffy from Hard Candy to fill in. And oh, it smells so nice. Another nice, beautiful, sweet scent. And I'm just going to go in the middle here. Nice. I really like that. Yeah, I like the look today. I think it's really pulled itself together well. The Monk palette is a very beautiful palette. This is just my first time using it, and I absolutely love my eyeshadow look that, I was able to achieve today. Well, I've got to say, guys, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell. And that way you're notified of any future uploads. As well, if you enjoyed today's content, please give this video a like and leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. Anyway, guys, I have to say, I'm feeling pretty good and I'm ready for my day. And I wish all of you guys a good day too. Bye.